It's been a couple of weeks now and the microscopic life in this tank has gone crazy. They're everywhere. Meanwhile, the nearite snails I added in the last video are munching away on a slice of cucumber. As you can see, I had more dye back from the plants that were in the tank, so I've removed them and put the surviving mid-ground stems on the right of the tank to clear space for some new plants on the left. I took a trip to my local Maidenhead Aquatics to get some new plants to try. They didn't have labels, so I'm not sure of the names, but if you know what they are, then please let me know. I picked them because I like the purple on the undersides. This is a crypt, but I'm not sure which type, so again, if you know, then please leave a comment. I also got this piece of driftwood to add interest and help soften the water. Before I prepare the plants, I'll just place the driftwood in the tank where I want it to see if it will stay in place as it is or whether it will float and need weighing down. And it looks like it will stay there nicely, so now we can move on to prepping the plants. To prepare the plants is just a case of removing all the rock wool from the roots. Having done that to the crypt, I now have 4 separate plants that I can add to the tank. I'm going to move the Monte Carlo from the left of the tank and move it to the right to bulk out the ground cover on that side and clear a space for me to plant the crypts. With that done and the planting area now clear, I can use these aquascaping tweezers to insert the roots of the crypt into the substrate, ensuring that the crown remains just above the substrate surface in order to prevent rotting. Then I can repeat that with the remaining crypt, spacing them a couple of inches apart to give room for growth spread. Now for the broadleaf plant, which I have decided to use as a background plant as the distance between the leaf nodes is greater and therefore could potentially grow taller. The preparation for this is the same. So just a case of removing all the rock wool from the roots and separating the individual stems. Once done, I have 4, so I can spread them out a bit to enable more light to get through to each of the leaves, enabling better growth. And with that done, I can now move on to the last plant, which is a finer leaf stem plant, which I will place in the midground. Once all the rock wool is removed, which on this was very easy due to there being no roots yet, I will plant it in the tank in a single clump to add impact to that area while leaving plenty of negative space around it. With that done and the water level taken down a bit, I have turned the light off in preparation for an exciting new addition to the tank. I'll get them acclimatised, which will take about an hour, and then I'll show you them being introduced to their new home. I've put the light on so that you can see what's going on, and I've netted them out of the bag to make sure I don't introduce anything into the tank that I don't want, such as duckweed. So now the tank has some cherry shrimp in it, let's move the camera and get a better look. I have added 8 cherry shrimp to the tank, 7 red and 1 clear, which I didn't actually notice until I was netting them out of the jug I had emptied the bag into. From this angle you can see the new plants I've added to the tank, giving a nice mix of deep greens and purples to the left of the tank. I also forgot to mention earlier in the video that I removed the filter from the tank. It was always my goal to set this up as a low or no tech tank, and I'm now moving closer to achieving that goal. Now I can top up the water, and that's the work for this video done. I think the tank has been improved from its initial setup. Let me know what you think. And if you know the names of the two plants with the purple, then please leave a comment. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.